Inside of row 2, 717, and Nick Schilling to the outside. The 007 of Mike Swain. Curtis Bonison, the 11K, the inside of row 3 to the outside. James Johnson, the 49. And Mike Smith picking up the feature win here earlier tonight for the Jimmy Squibb Memorial. Starts shotgun on the field. Tonight's portion of the show brought to you by Green Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. A big thank you to them for sponsoring tonight's event. We go green off of 4. Dylan Fitzpatrick is your race leader. Nick Schilling in that second place spot. Mike Smith side by side with Swain for 3rd and 4th. Bonison running in that 5th place spot. Mike Smith takes a look to the inside now. Trying to pull side by side with Swain. He will do so through turns 1 and 2. Now down the backstretch, trying to pull side by side with Schilling for 2nd. Fitzpatrick still your race leader. Mike Smith still working to the inside of the 717 of Nick Schilling. Checkered flag coming out for Fitzpatrick. Off turn for Schilling. Hands off for 2nd. Smith, Bonison, Johnson, and Swain. Followed by Kenny Cakebread rounding out your field. Zach Weir, the 61W to the inside of row 2 to the outside. The 28, Dylan Magnuson. Brandon Nielsen and Drew Bargloff, the T8 and 45. Is row 3 in Ross DeWall, the 16 car. Shotgun on the field. Almost 4 wide through turns 1 and 2 right on the start. The 61W as he'll go 4 wide for a split second off turn 2. Zach Weir, your race leader, the 61W. Here comes the 45, Drew Bargloff, followed by Brandon Nielsen, Matt Schulte, and Dylan Magnuson, your top 5. Nielsen, a little push through turns 1 and 2. He'll put them 3 wide now with Magnuson and Schulte. We're still your race leader. Drew Bargloff, the 45 car, trying to run him down. Bargloff now looking for the race lead through turns 1 and 2. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack, cannot get it done. As Weir, still your race leader, the 61W. Bargloff, Nielsen, Magnuson. And then the 3 of Derek Bargloff. Still no change here in your top 5. Still Weir, Bargloff, Nielsen, Magnuson, Derek Bargloff, DeWall, and Schulte. White flag out for the 61W as, the 16. Ross DeWall around in turns 3 and 4. Trying to get it refired, he'll do so. As caution checkered will fly. Zach Weir, Derek Bargloff, Brandon Nielsen, Dylan Magnuson, and Derek Bargloff, your top 5. Dayton Ulrich, the 01U2 to the insider row 2. To the outside, the 87 of John Briggs. Third and final row, we'll see Jay DeVries in the 8J to the inside and Craig Brotherton, the 45B, to the outside. Off a turn 4, Weir green through 1 and 2, now down the backstretch. Lansing, your race leader. Has 87 of Briggs up to that second place spot in front of Ulrich, Brotherton, DeVries, and Daigle shuffled all the way to the back of the pack. As Briggs up the racetrack now. Here comes Brotherton, Ulrich, and Jay DeVries. The 8J trying to make his way through the field as he sees the floodgates open in front of him. Brotherton now looking, rubbing through turns 1 and 2 between the 8J and the 45B. Lansing still your race leader. Brotherton to the back bumper. Brotherton pulls side by side with Lansing now. A little bit of contact off turn 4, racing for the lead. Brotherton will have it at the flag stand. Lansing, Ulrich, Briggs, and DeVries with Daigle rounding out your field. As Ulrich trying to look to the inside of Lansing that time by. 2 laps to go for the 45B of Craig Brotherton. Brotherton, your race leader. Ulrich around the 83 yellow Lansing. Here comes Jay DeVries now. White flag is out. Jay DeVries on the top side of the racetrack in the 8J. Lansing through the middle. As DeVries gets shuffled back through 3 and 4 for the final time here in this heat race. Brotherton will pick up the heat race win. Ulrich, Lansing, Briggs, DeVries, and Daigle. Craig Brotherton to the inside of row 6, the outside, the 22 car of Mike Smith. James Johnson, the 49, Derek Bargloff, the 3 car, row 7. Jay DeVries, the AJ, Mike Swain, the 007. Matt Schulte, Paul Daigle, Kenny Cakebread, and Ross DeWall rounding out your field. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to come out fighting when the bell rings. These are your wild things. Your Ross Tire and Auto IMCA Hobby Stocks. Cars cleaning out the carburetors on the backstretch as we're set to go green this time by. Into turn 4 and off of 4. We are green flag racing. Fitzpatrick and Lansing lead the field into turn number 1 and 2. Fitzpatrick with the advantage off turn 2. Zach Weir to his back bumper. Fitzpatrick running the Midwest Madness Tour, checking out the track here, getting some seat time before next week, Wednesday, for the Midwest Madness Tour, presented by Western Iowa Racing Results. 4 wide through turns 1 and 2 here. As Fitzpatrick still your race leader in the 82 car. Lansing in second, Schilling, Weir, and Magnuson your top 5. Oh, Zach Weir off the track and over-centered in turns 1 and 2. As he'll back the car down the hill. Caution flag will come out. Caution flag out for the 61W of Weir. Ulrich, Smith, Briggs, Swain, DeVries, Brotherton, and that is your cars through the mid-pack. Green flag coming back out, this time by, all out of sorts. Hayden Ulrich gathers it back up as we drive through turns 1 and 2. Fitzpatrick still your race leader. Lansing, Schilling, Magnuson, Mike Smith, the 22 car moving through the field. Bonison up on the high side of the 11K car. A little bit of bump to the 717 of Schilling. 3 wide here in the mid-pack. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. Bonison a little slideways through turns 1 and 2. Still lean, mean, and green here early on here in this Hobby Stock A feature. Dylan Fitzpatrick, the 82 car. Still your race leader as a caution flag comes out. Carnage in turn number 3. Green flag coming back out off turn number 4. Fitzpatrick still with a race lead. Bonison looking through the middle. He'll shoot the gap out to second place for the A3L of Lansing. Nick Schilling on the bottom side of the racetrack in the 717. Mike Smith right behind him. As Brotherton, the 45B, into the mix now. Bonison shuffled back now through the turns 1 and 2 that time by Mike Smith. Still on the move in the 22 car. Fitzpatrick still your race leader. Smith running in third. Lansing, Schilling, and Bonison. As you got them 3 wide off turn 2 for a split second. Smith looking to the inside of Bonison. Lansing still trying to stay strong as we're halfway down. Halfway to go for the 82 of Fitzpatrick. Bonison a little bit of a jab from the 11K to the 83L of Lansing. Bonison gets a better run through the middle of the turn. That time by off the back stretch into turn 3 now. side by side for second place. Lansing better run through 3 and 4. Brotherton now pulls side by side with Bonison. As Schilling and Mike Smith battle for position right behind them. Fitzpatrick still your race leader. As Jay DeVry mid-pack up the racetrack, losing a few positions. Magnuson, the 28, fighting for position through the mid-pack. As Brotherton and Mike Smith tango for that third and fourth place spot. Brotherton was way down on the bottom side of the racetrack through 1 and 2, now up top in turns 3 and 4. Green flag high in the air, 2 to go for the 82 car. Lansing, Smith, Brotherton, Bonison, your top 5 as they single file themselves around the Buena Vista Raceway. Zach Weir, slow car on the front stretch, comes to a stop. Looks like a flat right front tire for the 61W. Into turns 3 and 4, green flag will be displayed this time by green-white checkered finish here. Fitzpatrick back to the race lead. As the deck lid on the 82 waves goodbye to the rest of the field. White flag will come out for the 82 car of Dylan Fitzpatrick. Off a turn 2, car around, and cars every which way but straight. Caution flag will come out. Next flag will end the race after the green. Single file restart off turn 4. Dylan Fitzpatrick, your race leader here. Craig Brotherton to the inside in the 45B. Fitzpatrick with the advantage off turn 2. Fitzpatrick upstairs. Mike Smith and Brotherton are there. White flag is out once again. Down the backstretch for the final time. Fitzpatrick, Smith, Brotherton, your top 3. Bargloff and Bonison. Smith to the inside of Fitzpatrick now. Into turns 3 and 4, off of 4. Drag race down the front stretch. Dylan Fitzpatrick hangs on for the feature win. Mike Smith in second. Craig Brotherton, Drew Bargloff, and Curtis Bonison. He'll climb out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Fitzpatrick, your Ross Tire and Auto IMCA Hobby Stock feature winner here tonight. I don't know, Dylan, do you want to talk to me at all, or a couple of weeks. So word has it you're running the Midwest Madness Tour starting Sunday and then coming here on Wednesdays. Figured to come try the track out, see what it's like, and well, here you are in Victory Lane.
Yeah, we kind of missed the setup a little bit. The gear was off a little bit. The car was really good. The cushion was fast. When Trent posted we could buy into the first one, I figured the 2.5 hour drive down was worth it. And this place is pretty sweet. It's not like I've raced before, but it's a nice place.
We've seen you behind the wheel of a late model, stock car, and a hobby stock, but what makes it so fun to run this hobby stock division?
It's equal. You can start 12th, get a couple of cautions, and still win. If you get up in those upper classes, the front row, the second row usually takes the cake, so the competitiveness in this class is beyond anything I've ever raced with.
Absolutely. Who do you have to thank for this A2 car in Victory Lane?
I got to thank Josh and Devin Bradley for all the miles we put on this year. I think Latani at home with all the kids, my dad, all the sponsors. It's been a long year. I think this is race 35, so it's been a blast.
Race 35 and nowhere near done yet. Let them hear you, Buena Vista Raceway. Dylan Fitzpatrick, your A feature winner here tonight. And your Ross Tire and Auto IMCA Wild Thing Hobby Stocks.